Hi, I'm Campbell Moore from Harcourt's Coastal Real Estate in Broadbeach, and we have here,
Anita Marshall from Advanced Finance Solutions Mortgage Brokers.
and Anita and I do a lot of business together and also independently. I'm in residential real estate as an auctioneer and also a salesperson, and Anita focuses on residential real estate. We catch up regularly because we're speaking to the same clients or type of clients all of the time. So,
Yes.
Anita, how's it going with buyers, etc.? Because I remember you saying the other day that a lot of buyers go and buy properties without checking out their finance. How? Yeah, that's a bit of a
Oh, that's
no-no, isn't it?
scary. Yes, I had a client the other day that contacted me and hadn't done any type of pre-approval, yet he'd gone to auction and bought a property. Now that scares
Wow, that
me.
is scary.
Very scary. So this is not the market for just randomly buying something without having all your ducks in a row. You really need to get that pre-approval. You need to talk to a real estate agent and get an appraisal if you're going to sell a property first to buy again. You really need to have those ducks in a row. The banks and the lenders are really open for business. Their turnaround times are quite quick again at the moment, which is good, but you've definitely got to have those ducks in a row.
And the rates are really good at the moment too, which means we were talking before about fixed interest rates and also variable interest rates. And I think you were saying putting in fixed interest rates is a really good idea at the moment. Were you saying that or not?
Well, it can be. So depending on the client, some of the fixed rates are under 2% at the moment. That's the not the comparison rate. There's all different comparison rates.
Yeah,
But
that's
you know,
cheap.
you can get an interest rate with a 1 in front of it for fixed, or slightly over that, slightly over 2 for variable rates. So there's some really fantastic rates out there. Very cheap.
Okay,
Cheap
because at the
money.
moment is a really good. It's classified as a seller's market at the moment because the prices have gone up, say 20 or 30% in some areas. And I'm in the Gold Coast. It's just unbelievable the amount of how much money making on their properties. And the people are just selling and they've got a roof over their head afterwards. That's probably the best decision they can have now is to sell, make as much money as they possibly can, and then utilise that money if there's a variation in the market. But most people do buy and sell in the same market, don't they?
I think
And
that's the best way to do it, because if you get out of the market for too long and those prices keep going up, what do you think property prices are going to do at the moment? I mean, it's such a crystal ball question.
well, it is. It's gone at 20 or 30%, with just an unbelievable amount of cash there. It's always the safest bet to buy and sell in the same market. Okay. Now, whether you buy first or sell first, it's still in the same market. It's always recommended to sell first and then buy and sell on long settlement, so you've got plenty of time to buy. But whichever way you look at it, you need to know what your property is worth, and then you know how much money you've got that you need to, if you're going to borrow money from Anita or any other broker, you know financially exactly where you're going. But you need to sell on really long settlement so that you're not pressured to buy something you don't want to buy. But however, it's whichever way you go. If you sell first, you're right. Otherwise, if you buy first, you certainly need to have a good chat to you, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. So we can get an approval in writing from the lender, so a pre-approval for whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to sell, you want to buy, whatever way you want to do it. But yeah, let's get a pre-approval happening. So check that you qualify and do that. Get Campbell to do an appraisal for you, so you know roughly how much you're going to get for your place if you're going to sell, and that way you've got all your ducks in a row properly first.
And if it's not in a specific area, anywhere in the Gold Coast, I can get someone who specialises in the area where you may live to go and give you an appraisal, etc. You're not committed to that agent, etc. But at least you can get a heads up so you know where you are financially speaking on the buy and sell. Because I think this is the permanent thing that's happening at the moment, then Anita. With all the changes here, people moving up here on a permanent basis, COVID has really been a significant thing the world's never seen before. So the need or the necessity for people to make a decision, not necessity, well, it is a necessity. A lot of businesses and people have come over here and made a permanent decision to live or establish their business up here rather than Melbourne, New South Wales, or whatever.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if we just had a meeting with a commercial agent, and the interesting thing that he was telling us is that this area has one of the lowest vacancy
In
rates in
Broadbeach, yes. Yep.
Broadbeach, and one of the lowest vacancy rates in Australia for offices. So people are renting offices and setting up businesses, and there's lots of activity on the Gold Coast. And I feel like the Gold Coast is going to stay really strong. And there is talk of once Sydney comes out of lockdown that it's going to get even busier, which is hard
Oh,
to imagine. But yes,
no, it's so good. When they open the
yeah.
borders
Mm.
from Victoria and especially and also New South Wales, we might see a flood of people making the categoric decision to live here forever, and that may force prices up big time because houses and properties in Melbourne and Sydney are always going to be worth more on the Gold Coast, but there's a fair bit of pressure today. People can buy anything a lot more easily than people are buying and selling on the same market in the same area.
Mm.
So it's really important. The market's probably not going to change. So if you are going to sell, ring myself. If you are going to check out your finance, check with Anita, and
Yeah.
she'll give you a heads up where it's all at.
Yeah, we'd love to help you. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best. Bye bye.